Welcome. Today we're going to get started in Virasana, Hero's Pose. And as you settle into your seat, take a moment to bring your hands to your lap and thread your fingers across your thumbs and rest your palms face up on your lap. And take a few moments here to lift your spine, relax your shoulders. You can close your eyes or just gaze softly downward. And take a moment just to feel how your hands have organically clasped when you thread the fingers. And just do the opposite for a moment. So just re-interlace your hands so the opposite thumb is on top. Sit up nice and tall. And take a moment to simply feel how it feels to thread your hands the opposite way. Maybe it feels uncomfortable or weird or strange or off balance. But the truth is that it is perfectly balanced and whole and complete, even if it feels uncomfortable in the beginning. So as you move through your practice today, see if you can pay attention to that which may feel a little bit uncomfortable or unfamiliar, suggesting that it's all part of cultivating balance so we can view even the challenging times with a sense of ease. Begin to deepen your breath. See if you can breathe from the base of your spine all the way up through the sides of your waist, through the heart, through the head. Keeping the spine lifted, exhale through your nose, nice smooth breath out. Imagine you could take an iron to your breath. So at the bottom of your exhale, maybe a slight pause, and then inhale. Full and deep, creating space inside for your practice. Complete exhale, feel your skin draping over your bones, spine lifted. Couple more, just shifting gears, transitioning into your body, into your breath. After your next complete exhale, just extend the arms so that your palms meet together at the center of your heart, just for the sake of feeling your palms pressing into one another, your sternum lifting up toward your thumbs. If there's an intention that you'd like to set for your practice, this is a wonderful time to call that to mind. Deep inhale. This time through your mouth, exhale. Good. Release your arms, open your eyes. Good. Release the arms around. Inhale, extend the arms up. Wide palms, shoulders soft. Good. As you exhale, take a side bend over to your right. So just reach your right hand down and reach up and over. And as you do this, can you lift your gaze toward the extended arm? Yes. And spin the pinky side of your left arm in toward your face as you soften the shoulder down. Nice. You want to breathe from that left hip through the left fingers. If you know Ujjayi, this is a good time to cultivate that Ujjayi sound of breath. Inhale, back up through center. Shoulders soften. Exhale to the other side. Feeling this as a lateral stretch. So it's a side bend as opposed to a back bend. So you want to keep softening the front of your belly kind of toward the back of your rib cage. Good. Shoulders slide down the back. Nice. Inhale, both arms back up to center. Reach. And exhale, reach forward. Place your hands on the floor and just lift your hips up, coming into a tabletop position. So in tabletop, wrists directly under shoulders. Fingers spread nice and wide, almost like you wanted to grip the mat with your fingertips, knees under hips. As you inhale, drop your belly. Pull your heart forward and up as you tilt your tailbone to the ceiling. Exhale, round your spine. Make sure all 10 knuckles are firmly pressing down. Good. Again, inhale, cow pose. See if you can imagine pulling the heart forward and up, shoulders soften back. Good. Exhale, round, scoop the belly way back. Nice. Continue. Inhale. So this should be relatively organic movements. The exhale initiates and then the body follows. One more, just waking up the spine, gentle flexion, extension, shoulder blades, kiss. And exhale, round. That's it. Come back to neutral. So neutral is a flat back. Crown of head extends forward. Tailbone slightly lengthening down so the belly pulls in. Good. From here, reach your right leg straight back behind you. Flex your foot. Imagine that you could press the entire sole of that back foot into the wall behind you. Good. Keep the frontal hips lifting, the tailbone long, and extend the opposite arm forward. So your left arm tracks by your left ear. Thumb on top, shoulder softens, neck nice and long. Good. So with the neck long, you want to just kind of gaze forward and down a little bit so that you can maintain that nice long cervical spine. Good. Take one more full inhale here. Pull the right shoulder down your back. Release your knee and your hand. Exhale. Great. Flowing to the other side. Inhale. Reach your left leg back. So you want to strengthen the leg that's in the air, that left leg. Good. Nice. Keep the neck nice and long, and then extend your opposite arm forward. Try to imagine one straight line. You can visualize it from your back heel all the way through the leg, through the spine, through the head, and through the right arm. Good. Nice. Stay nice and strong. Use your breath as your anchor. One more inhale. And then release your hand and your knee as you exhale. Great. Walk your hands forward about an inch or two. Spread your fingers wide. Curl your toes and send your hips back for your first downward facing dog. If you're feeling tenderness or tightness in your hamstrings, you can just soften your knees a little bit, maybe pedal your heels. I sometimes like to just move around a little bit in the first down dog just to get a sense of how the body's feeling in this new shape. So no matter how many times you practiced yoga before, I encourage you to allow each new practice to be as if you were a beginner. So anything's possible. To really honor your body and trust that it's always changing. Good. Nice. So then we clean up the down dog so the legs straighten and to the best of your ability. They may be a little bit bent still. Heels press down. And you want to make sure your feet are parallel and about hip distance apart. And your head, just let your head go. Shake it out. Yes. Nod your head. No. So there's an element of softening as well as an element of strengthening in each of the poses. Good. From here, inhale, lengthen forward to plank position. Once again, try to experience that long line of energy from the heels all the way through the spine, through the crown of your head. And stay here. Can you wrap your shoulders onto your upper back as your biceps roll forward? So you're spinning the eye or your elbow to face forward as the elbow actually faces back. Good. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, downward dog. From the pit of your abdomen, you elevate the hips up and back. Good. Let's do that 2 more times on the breath. So feel your spine like a wave. As you inhale, ripple the spine through to plank position. Gaze slightly forward in your plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Your breath is your best friend in this practice. One more. Inhale, glide forward to plank. Keep your heels pressing toward the back of the room. That's it. And exhale, flex back. Heels reach down even if they never touch the floor. It's totally fine. They're just engaged. From here, bend your knees, walk your hands to the back of your mat. So you're going to take a nice little crab walk all the way back into Uttanasana, standing forward fold, feet hip distance apart. Reach overhead for opposite elbows and just allow your torso to dangle down. If you'd like, you can rock a little bit side to side as Amy's doing. You want to kind of allow the legs to be firmly rooted so you can sense the inner thighs spiraling toward the back of the room. Toes are relaxed, thighs are active. The upper body is just hanging out, just relaxing. Sending some oxygen to the brain, to the heart, to kind of energize you for your practice, if you want to think about it. Forward folds are cooling also. They're very relaxing for the central nervous system. Good. Release your arms down to the floor. And then bring your feet all the way to touch at the back of your mat. So you're going to heel toe your feet together. Good. Allow the arms to be very loose and just dangle down. And bend your knees a little bit. Bring your chin to your chest. And very slowly round all the way up to stand. So you're unfurling your spine, stacking your bones one at a time. So we move mindfully in the practice. Eventually establishing your mountain pose at the top of your mat, Tadasana. So mountain pose, toes and heels in line at the back of your mat, kneecaps lift tailbone nice and long. Good. Imagine that there were little magnets at the bottom of your fingers reaching your fingertips down. So you're keeping that long distance relationship between your shoulders and your ears at all times. Good. From here, inhale, reach the arms up to the sun or the moon. Exhale, swan dive forward, hinging at the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, crawl forward to plank position. Keep the legs very active. Gaze forward in your plank, shoulders draw back. Exhale, bend the elbows straight back, lower all the way to your belly, all the way down. Good. Flip the feet, point your toes. Inhale, Bhujangasana, baby cobra. So you're just lifting the heart a slight bit. There's minimal pressure in your palms. Exhale, tuck your toes, quick child's pose, so seat to heels, and then right back to downward facing dog. So you keep the toes tucked, and then you lift the hips. Good. Take a deep breath in, and a full breath out. Inhale, step your right foot forward, look forward. Exhale, step your left foot next to your right, fold forward. Inhale, reach the arms out, lift yourself all the way up to stand. Shoulders soften, gaze lips. Hands to your heart, exhale, Samastitihi. Good. From the top of the mat now, inhale, reach up, press down into the feet in order to find more length. Exhale, fold, leading with the chest. Good. Inhale, look forward, flat back, hands on shins. Exhale, step back, plank position. Good. Look forward in your plank, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, bend the elbows and lower all the way to your belly. Point your toes, wrap the shoulders. Inhale, Bhujangasana, baby cobra. Crown of head extends forward. Good. Exhale, tuck the toes, seat to heels, quick child's pose, and then straighten the legs. Downward facing dog. Great. Inhale, step your left foot forward, look forward, pin the left hip back. Exhale, right foot forward, fold, hollow out your belly. Inhale, rise, root down into the feet. So you find this little gentle vinyasa flow. Exhale, hands to your heart. Again, inhale, reach up. Surya Namaskar A. Exhale, dive forward, leading with sternum. Inhale, heart forward, flat back, hands on shins or floor. Exhale, step or jump into chaturanga if you're ready for it. Elbows halfway. Good. Inhaling, coil the spine forward, up dog or cobra again. Exhale, curl the toes, press back, downward facing dog. So depending on the level of, yoga or your practice, you can always lower all the way down to your belly and take a cobra pose if chaturanga is too hard. Otherwise, you keep the body suspended. So in chaturanga, you're just hovering in upward facing dog. There's nothing's touching the floor except for your hands and your feet. Good. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Bottom of the exhale, lightly step or float your feet to your thumbs. Good. Inhale, flat spine, heart forward. Exhale, fold very deep. Every fold is deeper. Inhale, rise. Root down to the feet. Lift the arms. Lift your torso. Exhale, Samastitihi. Good. The ribs tuck in. That's very good. Inhale, reach up. Press down into the soles of your feet. Shoulders soft. Exhale, dive forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, lengthen, draw the belly in. Flat palms, exhale, step or float into bent elbows. Good. Inhale, pull the heart forward and up. This is up dog. See the thighs are lifted off the floor. Exhale, curl the toes, flex back, downward facing. Nice. Stay and breathe. Make sure there's an element of relaxation, especially in your down dog. And if there's not, if it's too strenuous, you can always drop to your knees and take that child's pose for a couple of breaths and then come back to your practice. But the breath will help. Smooth breath is going to help all these postures seem a lot easier. Good. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or float lightly forward. Great. Inhale, flat back, shoulders softened onto the back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. From here, we're just going to fold right back down as you exhale. So you're just following the wave-like structure of the breath. Inhale, heart forward, side body long. Exhale, step or float, elbows bend straight back into the ribs. Inhale, pull the heart forward and up, ankles draw in toward the midline. Exhale, curl the toes, use your belly strength to bring your hips up and back. Good, stay and breathe. Soften your front ribs toward your back body slightly, exactly. Nice. And make sure in your down dog that If I were going to try to slide a piece of paper underneath your palms, it wouldn't fit. There's no room. You're not cupping your palms. There's integrity in what's planted, what's on the ground. And because of that, then you can lift your hips up because you have that secure foundation. Can't grow without roots. Good. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Bottom of the exhale, lightly step or spring your feet to your thigh. Inhale, flat spine. Exhale, fold. So it's like a breathing practice. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, bring it to your heart. Release your arms. Moving on, bend your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Stay here for 3 breaths. Lengthen your lower back. Shins draw back in space. Squeeze your inner knees together and soften your toes. Wrap your triceps forward, soften the shoulder heads. Can you sink 1 inch deeper and keep your face nice and soft? Oh, and maybe even smile. Fine, keep it like that. 1 more, inhale, sit 2 inches lower. Exhale, fold forward, extend your legs. Inhale, look up, prepare. Exhale, step or float back your vinyasa. Move with awareness, yes. Inhale, upward facing. Shine your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, don't lift your leg. We're going to do traditional Surya B. So inhale, just step your right foot all the way through. You're using your core muscles. Stay low for now. Pivot your back heel to the floor. So you want to line up your heels. Reach the arms forward, straight forward. Press into your right heel. Come all the way up. Left chest, left ribs wrap forward. Soften the shoulders, warrior 1. So the front knee bends directly over the ankle. Yeah, if you have knee stuff going on, and even if you don't, just don't overbend your knee. If anything, underbend your knee. Press into the outer edge of that back foot. So you want to actually maybe even shorten the stance to the degree, so the outer border of the left foot is so firmly planted, you can actually feel the inner arch of that back foot lifting. Very firm in that back leg. Left hip forward, right hip back. Good. 1 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands down, step back, chaturanga. Look forward as you lower. Good. Inhaling, back bend, shoulders wrap back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot through, pivot your back heel down. So there's that core activation. Stay low at first, swing your left hip back, anchor into the back foot. Now, reach both arms forward, so you're on this diagonal, and then come straight up. So we're moving once again mindfully, then we'll flow a little bit more. Can you imagine your tailbone is being drawn straight down? So your pubic bone is lifting up toward your belly button as if you were wearing a pair of jeans. You're trying to zip up the fly. So the belly doesn't spill forward, the pelvic bowl doesn't tilt. That's it. Yeah. Press into the heel instead of the toes. You don't want to grip your toes. Ujjayi breaths. Finding the flow within the stillness, if that makes sense. Take 1 more. Inhale, maybe look up. Exhale, hands down, step back. Resist your heels back as you send your heart forward, lower slow. Good. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay and breathe. So the gaze in down dog can either be toward your shins, or you can even tuck your chin in toward your chest, gaze up toward your navel. And it's a nice way to notice if the ribs are popping out. You can kind of cinch them together. Keep wrapping the shoulders around the upper back. Good. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or float. Inhale, flat back. These are gliding. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, reach up, chair pose. Think as low as you can, because just 1 breath. Exhale, stand all the way up, hands to your heart. Let's put that all together into Surya B. Inhale, bend your knees, sink the hips, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, hands down, then extend legs, full deep. Inhale, sternum forward, flat. Exhale, step or float all the way through your vinyasa. Good. Inhale, up dog. Press into the inner palm. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, back heel down, rise, warrior 1. All the way up for the breath in. Exhale, let it go. Hands down, step back, belly lifts as you lower. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, strong legs, good. Exhale, Adho Mukha, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down, rise. Use your belly and your legs to lift your heart up. Exhale, hands to the floor, step it back, and feel your body lowering all at once. Good. Inhaling and exhale. Consider that your body wants to flow this way. If you ever want to take a little cleansing breath, we can all do that now. Take a big inhale through your nose. Hold it in. Through your mouth, exhale. Ah, great. And then you go back to the Ujjayi breath. So the exhales through the mouth are cooling if you need that. Inhale, look up, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop all the way to your thumbs. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees. Inhale, weight to the heels, reach up, chair pose, Utkatta. Exhale, stand up, hands to your heart. Good. One more like that. Inhale, bend your knees, sink low, tailbone down. Exhale, hands in line with feet, straight legs fold. Inhale, flat back, Ardha. Exhale, glide to Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, keep the elbows in tight. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, right foot forward, warrior one. Rise, back foot, sealed to the floor. Exhale, frame your front foot, step back and lower, all in one unit. Inhale, upward facing cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down, rise, warrior one, integrity in the lower body. Exhale, let it go, vinyasa. Really nice. Inhaling upward. And exhale, downward facing dog. So you may notice that your down dog shifts as you keep practicing, as you move more. Just notice, be present, stay present with your breath, not with what was, not with what will be, not with what should be. Just be here in your body now. Why not? From here, inhale, reach your right leg up to the sky. Keep the hips parallel so the outer right hip draws down, the inner thigh elevates up. Good. Take an inhale, press your chest toward that left leg. Exhale, right knee toward your nose as you shift forward toward a plank. Great. Inhale, press back all the way up, straight up. Again, exhale, knee to nose as you shift the shoulders over the wrists. One more. Inhale. Use your belly and your breath to exhale. Good. Stay here. Look forward. Step your foot all the way through between your palms. Good. Once again, keep the back heel lifted, but reach the arms forward this time. Good. So you're on a diagonal. Swing the right hip back and extend through the back heel and rise all the way up to crescent pose. Wrap your triceps forward. Bend your back knee halfway to the floor so that you can draw your front ribs in. So you want to try not to splay those babies out, even though that may be tempting. And if you can maintain those compact ribs, then you can try straightening your back leg, feeling a nice stretch in that left hip flexor. Nice. And sink down, straight down into that right thigh. And breathe. Smooth out your face. Good. Take one more inhale here. Open to warrior two as you exhale. So spread the arms wide. And make sure that the alignment is precise. So precise, because if it's not aligned, then, everything bad will happen. No, just kidding. But alignment is important. Energy lines in the body and the mind, all connected. So your front heel intersects the arch of your back foot. The right knee, you kind of want it directly over the toes, the thigh parallel to the floor. If you can get that low, challenge yourself. Why not? Step out of your comfort zone. The gaze over the front middle finger, so there's this quality of softening, even if it's a lot. Breath, back body bright. Good. Stay and sink 2 inches lower. Good. Right palm faces up, tip back, inhale, peaceful warrior. You're going to stay here for 3 breaths, so soften that right shoulder blade, yes, and aim your right knee at your right pinky toe. So there's this external rotation, so you're using that inner thigh muscle to keep that right knee from ducking in. But as you bring the knee out toward the pinky toe, can you still press into the big toe mound of that right foot? It's very intricate. Good. Take one more inhale, stretching the side body. Exhale, right elbow, right thigh, left arm straight up to the sky. Good. Pull both shoulder blades down and dig the shoulder blades forward into your heart. You can either stay here or place your bottom hand onto the floor inside of your front foot. Good. Nice. So your taking extended side angle. Keep firming the right hip in. So it's like kind of you want to pull the right hip crease back and scoop the right tailbone under. This is great. Like you're leaning against a wall. Nice. Now imagine that there was a hook on the ceiling, and now reach straight up for that hook. Allow it to bring you all the way up to stand. Straighten both legs on track. Good. Pivot your right toes in, your left toes out. So you're going to take warrior 2 to the back of the room. Good. Just for a breath here. Sink into that warrior 2. Lift your left hip up a little bit from that left thigh. Good. Inhale, straighten your left leg now. Shorten your stance and begin to reach your left fingers toward the back of your mat, or what's now the front of your mat. Fold sideways, triangle pose. Left hand down to your shin. A block, if you have a block, or the floor. So the full variation of the pose is your bottom hand is outside of the front foot, like it's happening here. But a little bit easier would be to bring your hand inside of the foot, but you don't have to. Or your hand on your shin. You're looking for length from the left shoulder to the left hip crease. So if you feel like you're crunching the left side of your body, just use some support. Use your shin. Yeah. So you can gaze up toward the extended fingers. If that hurts your neck, just look at your front big toe. Speaking of which, inhale, look down at your front big toe. Keep the right arm up, soften your front knee, and then drift into half moon. So walk your left fingers forward and slightly to the left. Lift your back leg into the air. Great. So there's this firmness, vigorous press of that right heel back, and this external rotation of the right hip, internal rotation of the right thigh. Yeah, can you keep squeezing your left hip in and drawing it back? So it's one beautiful plane of energy. Good. Take one more inhale here. Warrior 2, exhale. Big, huge step back. Wide stance. Sink into it. And then you can always adjust your stance once you land. Moving mindfully. Good. Flip the left palm up. Inhale. Tip it back. Peaceful warrior. Good. Exhale. Hands down to the floor. Listen carefully. Lift your back heel into the air. Good. Lean onto your right palm as you inhale. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Make sure that bottom shoulder doesn't come forward. So you want to kind of wrap the outer right arm back, the upper arm. Good. Pivot onto the outer edge of your back foot. So the outer edge, keep the left arm up to the sky. You can either stay here for a modified side plank or big step back, left foot on top of right. Flex your feet vigorously so that you can maintain that integrity in the legs. So it's kind of like mountain pose on the side, if you can tell. Yeah. So that left hip draws forward just a hair. Yes. One more inhale. Lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Hands down, step back, or lower down. Yeah. Up dog to down dog. Now we're facing the other way. Everything is awkward and weird, and we don't know how we got here. But we're here, so we got to make it work, right? Good. Inhale, reach your left leg straight up to the sky. Remember, the hip stays parallel. The outer left hip bone drops. Good. Press your chest toward that right thigh. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, gather your knee toward your nose. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. 2 more. Inhale, reach the legs straight back. Exhale, scoop your belly and round. Yes. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, step the foot all the way through. Maybe bring the foot a little bit to the left so your feet are on 2 separate tracks. Good. Extend vigorously through that back heel. Reach the arms straight forward. Belly away from your front thigh. Wrap the triceps down so the shoulders can soften. And then press into that left heel. Inhale, rise all the way up for crescent pose. Yes. So here you want to imagine your hip bones are like headlights. So that right hip tracks forward slightly. Soften the back knee, especially if you did so on the other side. It's a really great tool to use to pull the front ribs back. Yeah, so see if you extended your leg initially, the ribs may pop forward, and if you bend, then, yeah, it's wonderful, Deidre. Good, thank you. Good, now stay and breathe and feel. Make any adjustments, any minor adjustments. Feel the back of your heart lifting. Good, nice. Take one more full inhale here. Exhale, open warrior 2. Yes. Nice. So super wide stance, even wider than you may think. Good. Press into the outer edge of your back foot, just like warrior 1. And now you know all the little cues to make. So all the little adjustments. You can make those. Firm your arms. So imagine that you were holding on to heavy weights. Yeah, so the muscles are engaged, but the skin is soft. And remind yourself of any intention that you may have set. So you don't want to forget that either. All the alignment, but it's also about staying present with, what really matters, what really means something. So 2 inches deeper. Flip the left palm. Inhale, tip it back. Peaceful warrior. So try not to lose the bend in that front knee. So that left hip, there's a deepening in that left inner groin. Yeah, the left knee tracks out. Shoulder softens. And you try to get light on those bottom of the back fingers. Yeah, so you're not dumping into that right shoulder. Take one more inhale. Stretch back, reach. Great. Exhale, left elbow, forearm to the left thigh, right arm up to the sky. So imagine you're being tugged up. So you're not dumping into the shoulders here. What if you were to lift your left elbow off of your left thigh? I'm not saying that you have to do that, but could you stay suspended? Now that's strength in the legs and the core, pelvic floor muscles. So you can stay there, maintaining that shape, or if you took the variation on the other side, bring your bottom hand down. So everyone likes, different things in their practice. Everyone's bodies are different. So you want to find that beautiful side angle from the outer edge of the back foot through the side seam of your waist, and breathe into that. And if you're not sure if you're doing it right, well, you want to hook your tailbone under you more. Good. And it's all about opening your heart. Feel the heart opening. The breath in the body, deep, full breaths. Good. Reaching up for that sky hook. And allow that to bring you all the way up to stand. Straighten both legs. Pivot your left toes in, right toes out. Warrior 2. So just for a couple of moments here, breathing into that shape. Think of each posture you take like medicine. So you're just giving your body another little dose. Good. Now extend the front leg. Shorten your stance. So there's about 3 feet between your feet. The back toes, your left toes pivot in slightly, but that left chest faces the side. Reach your right fingers forward. The left hip goes back and fold sideways. So both sides may be different. So make sure that you just feel it out for yourself and take any roundness out of your side waist. Reach up and down simultaneously, like you could peel your whole heart open. Breathe into it. Nice. Great. Inhale, look down at your front foot, soften the right knee, walk your right hand out a little bit to the right as you slowly, mindfully lift your left leg up. So the leg that's up, the left leg, you want to keep it very, very strong. You only lift the leg to the height of your hip. Your body knows what to do. Good. And the right leg, you want to kind of imagine the inner thigh of the standing leg drawing forward, and the right outer hip wraps back. So you're still in that one line plane, kind of like triangle pose. So you don't want the right hip to flare out behind you. Good. Keep softening the ribs, curling the tailbone toward that left heel. Take one more full inhale here. Bend the front knee and slowly deliver your left foot all the way back to Warrior 2. Yeah, very karate chop-esque, very, very graceful. Good. And sink into it. And reverse it. Right palm up. Inhale. Tip it back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the floor. Just lift your back heel for a lunge. Lean onto your left palm. Inhale, peel your right arm up to the sky. Good, shoulders soften. Gaze, maybe you take your gaze up to that right thumb. Can you keep your gaze up as you pivot onto the outer edge of that left foot? Strengthen your core, maybe step the right foot on top of the left. Spread your toes. Yeah. Great. Reach up through the right fingers more so that you can alleviate pressure on the bottom wrist and shoulder. So reach up, bump that right hip up. One more inhale. And chaturanga, plank. Slowly bend the elbows and lower. Good. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Really nice. Downward dog, couple deep, full breaths. Noticing any shifts in your body, in your mind. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or float, feet to thumb. Inhale, look up. And And exhale, fold. And bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit nice and low. Bring your hands to your heart and twist to the right, Pavrita Utkatasana. So your left elbow is going to cross to the outer right thigh or knee. Good. Lift your sternum up so that your thumbs and your chest are in line with one another. Yeah, so you want to just make sure, you can always look down at your knees, make sure that your knees are lined up. Tendency is for that left knee to pop forward. If that's the case, you just swing the left hip and the left knee back. So everything stays nice and compact. Yes. The inhales lengthen, the exhales resolve. Very good detoxifying twist. So keep the breath going. Sit into the heels more, sit the butt back more. Feel the integrity in the legs. Great. Chair pose, stay nice and low. Just experiencing the sensation, witnessing, observing. Hands to the heart, go the other way. So we're not taking a break. Not taking a break. The break is in the breath. So you can maintain this intensity, so to speak, but keep the breath smooth. So we're not reacting, we're just, yeah. So that right hip draws back and compacts in toward the left. Yeah, the shoulders soften, and you want to just keep your neck long here. So if you feel your neck cranking, then just tuck your chin slightly and feel the space in the cervical spine. The belly hugs back to create more space for this cleansing twist. One more, twist it out. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Bend your knees, lift your heels, place your hands down, shift forward into crow pose, Bakasana. So you want to balance your knees onto your triceps, maybe into your armpits, and imagine that your head is like a little turtle. You're peeking forward out of your shell. Yes, really good toes. See, the toes are spread wide. Awareness in the feet, it will help you. And lift your heels up towards your butt. Lift your sternum. I think you guys could stay here forever. We're just going to stay in crow. Just kidding. One more. Exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga, or you can skip it and take dog. Good. Downward facing dog in your own time. Let's do one more cleansing breath like we did before. Big inhale through your nose. Mouth. Lower your knees and come into child's pose. A few moments here to surrender your heart toward your thighs or in between your thighs, depending on what's more comfortable for you. I like separating my knees wide and bringing my torso inside. A few deep breaths here to just melt the back of your heart toward the front of your chest. Notice any streaming, any pulsing, any types of sensations that you may have cultivated through your efforts. Nice. Slowly begin to walk your hands back toward your hips. So you're peeling your body up. Bring your knees together and come to stand up on your shins for Ustrasana, the camel pose. So when you're standing on your knees and shins, tuck your toes. If it ever hurts your knees to stand on them, you can always just double up your mat like so and make it more comfortable. So the toes curl under. Hands come to your lower back. I like fingers facing down. If you want your fingers pointing up, you can do that too. But I like this way. Good. Tailbone is lengthening straight down. So there's a firmness in your core. You want to not spill the guts. Keep the guts in. Press your pelvis forward. Wrap the shoulders onto your back. Lift your sternum. You can stay right here. You don't want the hips to travel behind your knees. Keep them floating directly above. So I'm using my legs a lot, using my core strength, lifting my heart up. And now if you want to take it back, maintaining that, you can let your head go, you can grab for your heels. If you're grabbing for your heels, the heart is lifting up and the hips and pelvis are pressing forward. Make sure you're breathing. A lot of people kind of like opening the heart sometimes can be scary. So breathe into it. It can be uncomfortable. Maybe not. Maybe it's the most blissful thing ever. Just breathe into whatever comes. Trust it. Good. 2 more. Pressing the pelvis forward, lifting the heart. 1 more. Bring your hands to your lower back to help you come out of the pose, lifting from the sternum all the way up. Now stay here. Hands on your waist, just lengthen. I mean, like a self-adjustment. Good. Step your right foot forward in front of you. followed by your left foot, all the way up to stand. Release your arms alongside you and bring all the weight into your right foot. So you can spread the toes a little bit if you'd like. And from here, bend your left knee. Reach back with your left hand for the inside of your left foot, preparing for dancer pose. So I like the palm facing out so that the eye of the elbow faces out. You just want to try not to twist your wrist here. Bring your knees together and establish a steady gaze. Tailbone lengthens down, belly draws in. You can stay right here. You're balancing on one leg. Or right arm up, soften shoulder. Now try not to kick your left knee out to the side. You want your knee to track in line with your hip. Begin to kick your foot straight back, straight back, straight back. When you can't kick your foot into your hand anymore, then you can dip the torso forward. So there's this equal component of kicking and reaching. Maybe you can notice if you can square your left shoulder forward a little bit. So the whole heart is straight up. It's not twisted to the side. The belly pinning back toward the lower back. Good. 2 more breaths. Maybe a soft bend in that standing knee as opposed to hyperextension of the leg. Yeah, 1 more. Kick, reach. Slowly come out of the pose, bringing your knees to touch first, body upright. Release your left foot and float the right arm down. Woo! Take a moment here to just separate your feet as wide as your hips and shift from side to side. Take a moment if you can notice any difference from right to left. Any energy, any movement inside your body. And if not, that's okay too. It's about getting present. It's an active meditation. And let's do the other side. So come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Shifting all the weight into your left foot now. Toes can be spread, leg rooted. Steady your gaze, bend your right knee, and with the thumb up, the eye of the elbow out, grab the instep side of your right foot. Again, harness the belly muscles, draw the knees together, and extend the left arm up to the sky. So the left arm is tracking by your shoulder softens. And now, very, very mindfully, begin to kick that knee straight back. So you could feel if the knee is veering out to the side. So you want to bring the inner knee in. When you can't kick anymore, then you lengthen forward. Yes. So it's a dynamic stretch. Yes, really nice. I think that the soft bend in the bottom knee is a good idea for just strengthening the leg. Yeah, if you fall out of it, that's good too. It's very good to fall. And then we get back up and then just keep going. Good. Couple more breaths. Beautiful. And slowly softening the standing knee to come out of it. Knees touch, body upright. Release your right foot. Float the left arm down. Good. From here, keeping your toes and heels together, just close your eyes for a moment and bring your hands to your heart. So once again, calling to mind the intention you set forth for your practice, and quite simply, just the experience, the feeling of your palms pressing together in this moment. And then open the windows of your eyes, lift high up onto the balls of your feet. Can you stay up, but bring your heels together? Can you do that and zip your belly up? Lift your heels even higher and keep them lifted as you begin to bend your knees and lower down. But keep the heels as high as you can. Squeeze your knees together. Imagine that you're sliding down a wall. So try not to lean forward. You're sliding all the way down, all the way down. The heels are lifting higher. The pelvic floor muscles are lifted. The belly is strong. As you come all the way down, oops, Navasana. Hips down, reach your legs up. Too bad I have the mic on me. I can't do this pose with you guys. I guess you'll just have to show us. Yeah, good. So your sits bones are on the floor. You can modify the posture with the knees bent, like you guys are doing in the back, or by holding onto the backs of your thighs, or with the legs straight. Good. So the heart is lifted. The shoulders wrap back and down. It's like you're holding a tray, a platter in your palms. Yes, good. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower halfway down and hover so the shoulder blades stay lifted. From the center of your heart, inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, lower all the way down. Try to keep the belly sinking down like a canoe. That's it. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way, almost all the way down. Good. 3 more. Inhale. Higher each time. Exhale, lengthen and lower. 2 more. Inhale. Try not to use your neck muscles, just the belly. Exhale, hover. Good. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover and hold. Good. You're going to stay here and scissor kick your legs over and under. Very small movement. Can you lift your chest a little higher? Sink your belly down a little bit lower. 10. Deep Ujjayi breath. 8. I know it's really hard. 6, 5, 4. Are you breathing? 3, 2. Release onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Feel that sweet release. You can rock your knees left to right, maybe small circles with the knees in one or both directions. Good. And place your feet on the floor and extend the arms alongside your body. So with your arms alongside you, you kind of want to be able to touch your heels with your fingertips for bridge pose. Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. Feet parallel. Press into your feet. Inhale, lift your hips all the way up to the sky. Interlace your hands below you, and you want to kind of rock side to side. Shimmy your shoulder blades together. So the back bend is actually happening in the thoracic spine. That's right there between the shoulder blades, and instead of the lower back. So you want to actually think of your belly becoming concave in a way. So your tailbone is lengthening toward the inner knees, and imagine you're squeezing a block between your knees. You're pressing into my palms, but the glutes not engaged. Breathe into your chest. Keep breathing your chest up toward your chin as you bring your chin away from your chest. Yeah. Let's get opening up the heart. You can either stay here for another 5 breaths, or release your interlace, bend your elbows, place your hands by your ears, fingers face toward the shoulders. Before coming up, draw your elbows in so that they're floating directly over your wrists. Just come onto the top of your head. And once again, set up the pose. So the elbows draw in, the shoulders move up toward the hips, I guess you could say. And then inhale, press straight up, using your leg strength, just like we did in camel pose. So it's all legs. Tailbone is lengthening toward the knees. Heart is pointing, or the back of the heart is pointing toward the front of the heart. So there's actually an element of length in the lower back. This is a back bend for the thoracic spine. One more full inhale. Lift your chin up to your chest if you took the wheel. Bend your elbows. If you're in the bridge, extend the arms alongside you. Bend, release, upper, middle, lower back. Great. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock from left to right. Let's take happy baby. It's a wonderful way to neutralize the spine after all these back bends, forward bends, twists. So reach for the outer edges of your feet. Bring your elbows to the inner knees. And you want to, once again, create a dynamic stretch here. So you're pulling your knees down, and at the same time, you're pressing the soles of your feet up. Flatten your sacrum down. Flatten your shoulders. And be like a happy baby. Good. Nice. Release that. And just bring your right knee in toward your chest. Just send your left leg long on the mat. And let's take a spinal twist. So take your left hand to the outside of your right knee, drag it across you. Extend the right arm out to the side, gaze toward your right arm. Try to keep the right shoulder head on the floor and breathe into your belly. Nice cleansing twist. Releasing any stagnant energy in the spine. Spine is really where everything happens. Our mood, our energy, hunger. Great. Come back through center, switch sides. Moving mindfully, extend the right leg, hug your left knee in, and twist. This is a good time to just deepen the breath so you can let the belly be really soft here and breathe into your lower belly and kind of imagine that your breath could nourish you. That's what the breath is here for. So the more we hold it, the less opportunity we have to receive the benefits of the practice. Breathe in. Don't hold back. Great. Come back through center. Hug your knees into your chest. Good. Just begin to rock and roll a little bit forward and back on your spine. So you can start small, generating some momentum, massaging your back. So you come all the way up to sit. Okay. We're going to end with a hip opener. So let's do pigeon. Why not? Yummy, yeah, everyone's favorite. So pigeon, we're going to take the right shin forward. If you prefer coming into pigeon from down dog, some people do, you can do that. Otherwise, you want to take your right shin forward. You want to do the best to bring your shin parallel to the front of the mat. That may not happen in this lifetime. Totally fine. What I'd actually rather you do is not bring your knee out further than your right hip. So it's better if you keep your knee in line with your hip and then work the shin forward from there. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee so you can prepare the posture. Yeah, toes are flexed. And then drop your back knee, point your toes, and begin to surrender forward. So you can create a pillow with your forearms, resting your forehead on that pillow, or simply your forehead all the way to the floor. But the idea is to not hold any residual energy in your head, your neck, your jaw, and your shoulders. So scan your body, letting go of any resistance to gravity so that you can actually use the weight of your torso to open up that piriformis, hip joint, breathing into it. Slowly begin to walk your hands back. Take your time exiting the posture, just feeling, becoming present. Good. Then lean onto your right hip, swing your back leg around, and in your own time, switch sides. So you want to actually try to think of the space between the postures as part of the posture. So like, how do you get from side A to side B? You know, and how are you lazy? Are you moving too fast? Are you rushing? So none of that's bad or good or right or wrong. Just it's all about noticing, changing habits if you want. So set up your pose once again. This side may be different. It's not always the same. When you feel ready, you can recline into your sleeping pigeon. I always like to disengage my jaw in this pose. It's a nice, just a little body scan where we may be subconsciously holding on to tension. Slowly begin to walk your hands back. Take your time, feel. And when you're ready, lean onto your left hip, swing your back leg forward, and sit up nice and tall. Flex your feet. Move the sitting bone flesh away from the sits bones. Sit up tall, reach the arms up. Strong feet, strong legs. Exhale, hinge and lean out and over the legs. Wherever the hands land is fine. Paschimottanasana. So you can take this as an active forward fold where you're reaching the heart forward and exhale using your belly to surrender, or you can just take it passive. Once again, those forward folds invite that cooling nature, the energy of surrender, of receptivity as well, for receiving all the benefits and the magic of your practice. Good. Inhale, look up. Exhale, sit up. Good. And then begin to roll down. So make sure you have room behind you, bone by bone, all the way down onto your back. Setting yourselves up for Shavasana. If there's any final movements that you want, it's like you want to kind of get the energy, out to the extent that you can lie here flat on your back for a couple of minutes without any distraction. So you're fully aware and present in your Shavasana. The legs are relaxed, dropping away from the hips. The arms are relaxed. Palms can be up or down, whatever happens naturally. And then use your own awareness, your own consciousness to just scan your body. Letting go of any tension, any gripping in the jaw, the wings of the nose, eyebrows. As if your body could breathe through all the pores of your skin. So you're fully absorbing each moment, fully releasing that which no longer serves you in the moment. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring some movement back to your body. You can start by just wiggling your fingers and spreading your toes. Moving back with just as much awareness and intention as you've been moving the whole practice. As you deepen the breath, allow the expression of your body to follow that deeper breath as you reach the arms back behind you and point your toes away from you and feel the space cultivated inside and out. Gather your knees in, hug them close to your heart. Roll over onto your right side, coming into the fetal position. Using your left palm in front of you for leverage, make your way up to a seated posture. Sukhasana. Once again, this time just interlace your hands in your lap, palms face up, and then reinterlace them to find that non-dominant clasp, experiencing balance in its fullness. Bring your palms to meet at your heart. Call to mind your intention. Feel your palms pressing. Take a deep breath in. Through your mouth, let it go. Bow your head toward your heart. Some gratitude for your dedication and your commitment to your practice. And the true teacher inside. Namaste.